Larissa, are you okay? I heard about what happened. Your appendix? Really?
Hi, Samuel. Yes, it's true. I have an operation scheduled for today. After that, I'll be staying in the hospital to recover for a while.
Are you gonna be okay without me there?
I'll be fine, don't worry about me. But please make sure Bethany's well looked after.
Sure. Of course I will. Well, yeah, of course. With you gone, there's no one at home now. What time does she usually get off school?
She'll be back any time now. But don't worry, you don't have to rush. I messaged one of her friend's moms and explained what happened. She said she'd look after her at their house for a little while. She'll have her until this evening, so you should have plenty of time to figure something out.
I see. So I just need to go collect her from her friend's house?
Right. I told her you'd be there sometime around 7 p.m. Do you think you can make that? You've been coming home later and later recently. To tell you the truth, I've been worried about you. On the other hand, I didn't want to push our luck and ask her friend's mom to look after her any longer than she'd already offered to.
It's fine. Relax. I'll be there. You're in a rough spot and need my help right now. And I promise I'm going to do everything I can on my end to make sure this whole thing is as stress-free as possible for you. Just focus on getting better right now, okay?
Thank you. Do you think maybe you could ask your mom to look after Bethany for a little while?
I would, but the problem is, my mom's currently on her way to Taiwan.
Oh. Was her girls' holiday today? I totally forgot. What should we do? I'd ask my dad, but he suffers with his back a lot and can barely move these days. I'm not sure he's up to looking after an 8-year-old. Think you can keep on top of looking after her on your own?
How long will you be recovering in the hospital for?
The doctor said it'd be about a week before I'll be ready to come home.
Piece of cake. I can do a week. No problem.
But how? I didn't think you could make it home in time for her getting back from school. She's still only in 2nd grade. I'm a little worried at the thought of her being home alone at the house until you get back. The longest she'd ever been home alone before is when I went next door for 2 minutes to drop off a parcel.
You're right. The earliest I can get back is 7, maybe 6 if I'm really lucky. In general, though, it's later than that, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it due to how crazy work's been lately. I agree. The thought of her being alone all that time isn't a comforting one.
I wonder if I can get some of the other moms to help out. If we can work out some way between us all to keep her safe and looked after till you get home, I think we can just about do it. If that's no good, we'll have no choice but to hire a babysitter.
All right. What's the address of the friend whose house she's at today? I'll talk to her mom when I go pick her up later and see if we can't work something out. I want you to forget about everything going on back here and focus on yourself so you can be in tip-top condition when you get out after you recover from your operation.
Thank you. It's still a shock, though.
What is? Oh, your appendix? Sure, no one saw it coming. It's not like you're immortal. There's not a human alive who doesn't get sick sometimes. It's just the way of the world. Let's face it, your life's hardly at risk, is it? It's really not that bad. I don't know why you're making such a big deal over it.
Not that, Samuel. I'm upset I won't be able to make it to Bethany's sports day. I can't believe it. The timing literally couldn't have been any worse.
Huh? Wait, what? Sports day?
Yes. Next Sunday is Bethany's sports day at school. Wait a sec. Don't tell me you actually forgot.
No. It just slipped my mind for a sec, that's all, babe. Of course I remembered our daughter's sports day. I've been looking forward to it, in fact.
I was so excited about making her a cute lunchbox. What should I do?
It is a shame about sports day, but you're lying in a hospital bed, Larissa. You need to focus on getting better before you start worrying about things like that. You shouldn't be doing anything other than relaxing right now. If you worry about her, I'll be worried about you. Is that what you want?
You're right. No, I don't want you to worry, sweetie. If you were worried, then I'd be even more worried. It'd be a never-ending circle of worry. I'm sorry. I think the stress of everything just got on top of me.
It's only normal for you to feel that way after what happened. Let me know if you need anything while you're in the hospital, okay? I'm gonna be your very own personal delivery guy for the next week. I'm at your service, babe. Go easy on me. I'll stop by tomorrow before I go to work. I'll bring anything you need then.
Okay, got it. I really appreciate you, Samuel. I hope you know that. I'll be in touch after the operation. See you on the other side.
Sure thing. These surgeons are pros. The best of the best. You're in good hands, so worrying is officially banned from here on out. Leave Bethany to me. Speak to you later, babe.
Hey, good morning, Samuel. How's Bethany doing?
She's kinda sulky, but fine other than that.
Right. Of course. I guess she's bound to be after I couldn't make it to cheer her on at sports day.
That could be a factor. But I think she's more anxious about the fact you're in hospital. She's never been away from you this long before.
True. I hope she cheers up soon. You guys are coming to see me in the hospital this afternoon, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. I want you to spoil her rotten with affection when I bring her. There are some things only a mother can do. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There was something else. My mom's not going to be able to make it to sports day either.
What? Why not? I thought she was supposed to be back from her holiday this morning.
Apparently her flight got cancelled. She'll be back tomorrow instead now. Which means she's not going to be able to make Bethany's lunchbox anymore.
Damn it. You're right. Your mom just messaged me too. What should I do?
Should I ask someone at work? There are a couple of girls at the office. Surely one of them knows how to rustle up a mean lunchbox.
What? One of your coworkers? Surely that would be a huge inconvenience. Not to mention how sudden it is.
My request will obviously be accompanied with a wad of dollar bills to help things move along smoothly. I have a particular girl in mind, actually. I always see her bringing really tasty-looking handmade lunchboxes into work. I'll message her now. She seems to be really into her cooking.
Really? But still. Surely she won't be able to drop whatever she's doing to make her coworker's daughter a lunchbox at the drop of a hat.
I'll explain the circumstances so she understands how desperate we are. Don't worry, babe. It's not like I'm asking her to do anything crazy. Besides, she makes lunchboxes every day. There's no harm in asking. I'd make it myself, but I can't guarantee Bethany would like it. I'd feel awful if she got upset because of me on such an important day. It's better she has a nice, cute lunchbox made by someone who knows what they're doing, right?
You say that, but I think she'd love a lunchbox her dad made for her. You make her sound like a fussy little princess, but she'll eat almost anything. She's really not that picky.
Maybe, but the thought of messing it up and upsetting her is scary. Plus, I'd feel guilty if I put her in a bad mood when she needs to be in high spirits to perform in her race.
All right. I guess it won't hurt to ask. Go ahead. Make sure she gets a little something in return for her trouble if she helps us. If she can't, we'll think of something else.
Okay. Oh yeah, did you want me to bring anything today?
It's cool. I'll be out in 2 days' time anyway. I can walk on my own again now, so I can buy anything I need at the store here at the hospital.
Sure thing. Gotcha. I'll just bring you some drinks then.
Okay. Thanks, sweetie.
There was something else I wanted to ask you. It's about after I get discharged. Mind if I leave Bethany with you for an hour or two?
Huh? Do you have some kind of urgent business?
Well, kind of. I've been coming home early the last few days to take care of her. So stuff has been piling up at the office, and if I don't get on top of it before it gets out of control, next week is going to be hectic. I was hoping I could take care of it while you watch Bethany for an hour or two at the hospital. I'm sure she'd love to spend time with you too.
Oh, of course. I'm really sorry about all this, Samuel. I know how awkward it must be for you to juggle everything that's going on with work. I forgot how late you were coming home before I got carted in here. Things must be really piling up.
It's not your fault your appendix burst. Don't sweat it. But I do really need to get on top of this thing before it gets out of control.
It's fine. Of course I'll watch her. There's nothing to do here at the hospital, though. I think she'll get bored. So you should bring along one of her game consoles or something to keep her entertained.
Got it.
Thanks for doing all this, sweetie. I know how busy you are. You're a star. To tell you the truth, before all this happened, I felt like we'd become a bit distant. I feel a lot more at ease now. I know this might not be the best time to tell you, but yeah, there it is.
Huh? You mean 'cause I've been so busy I crash out as soon as I get back from work?
Yeah. If I'm honest, I felt like you were being a little blunt with me sometimes too. I wasn't sure if you were thinking about me and Bethany anymore.
Of course I was, babe. That's crazy talk. The only reason I'm working like a dog at the office is so you two always have everything you need.
Right, of course it is. I'm sorry. You work really hard for us.
It's true, though. I am at work a lot these days. I suppose I can't blame you for feeling that way. Maybe this whole thing could turn out to be an opportunity for us. Don't get me wrong, obviously it's awful that your appendix has burst, but you know what they say, every cloud has a silver lining. This whole thing has made me realize just how important you and our daughter really are to me. It has also made me realize how much housework you do. It's funny how you don't know what you've got till it's gone. I feel like I took you for granted, and I want to thank you for always being there for me and Bethany.
We're a team, right? You put the bread on the table and I keep things running in order at home. I couldn't do any of it without you. I'm happy you feel the same way though, honey. It's really nice to hear you say that. Oh, the nurses are saying they want to run some tests on me. See you soon.
Sure thing. See you this afternoon.
Why, hello there, Larissa. It's been a while.
Wait, is that Stacy from kindergarten? No kidding, it's been ages. Last time I saw you was when we met at the girls' night out with all the other moms last year.
Oh my, was that last year? It only feels like a few months ago. How time flies.
It sure as heck does when you're as busy as we are. Entire years disappear in the blink of an eye. But what's this about? It's not like you used to message me. All the elementary schools in the city are holding sports day today, right? Aren't you busy cheering Samantha on?
Surely you know I messaged you. You didn't tell me Bethany moved schools. You could have at least told me you were moving house.
Huh? Bethany moved school? What are you talking about?
You moved away to a different school district, right? I assumed that must be why she's taking part in the sports day event at Samantha's school today.
Listen, I'm actually in the hospital right now with a burst appendix. I couldn't make it to sports day, but I can assure you we most definitely didn't move house. And Bethany hasn't changed schools. Did you see my body double or something?
Huh? But your husband's here too. Him and Bethany are taking part in the parents and kids relay race.
My husband taking part in a kids' relay race? Now I know for sure this is a case of mistaken identity. We're talking about Samantha's elementary school here, right? The one with the big department store on Peeps Boulevard?
Yes, but I just noticed something. The girl he's running the race with, I'm not sure it's Bethany.
Are you sure you're not making a mistake? My husband's with Bethany at her school sports day today. She's still at the same one. She didn't move.
I'm almost certain it's him. I'm pretty good at remembering faces, you know.
True. I was always impressed by how easily you seem to remember the other moms back at kindergarten. You're good with names too, if I remember rightly. I know you did meet my husband a couple of times, but still, this is too weird. Just let me get this straight. You're saying you saw my husband at Samantha's school, running a relay race with some random kid?
Yes. Larissa, am I overstepping my boundaries here? Should I have kept this quiet? Causing you guys any trouble is the last thing I want to do. I'm sorry.
Don't be silly. You haven't done anything wrong, Stacy. I'm grateful you told me, really. I see. So it's like that, huh?
What should I do? Listen, I won't tell anyone about what I saw, so don't worry about it getting out.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Do you think maybe you could take a video of my husband for me? Sorry to ask you to do this. I just think it'd be better if I had some kind of proof going forward.
That makes sense. Got it. Leave it to me. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I know this is the last thing you need when you're laid in a hospital bed recovering from an operation. You must be worried about Bethany, too.
Yes.
I'm friends with a few of the moms from her school. I'll send some messages. Maybe we can find out if anyone's seen her. They're all trustworthy, and I know you're probably not feeling up to doing any private investigator work right now. This must all be taking its toll on you.
Thanks so much, Stacy. You're a real friend. I'm so sorry to trouble you with all this.
Didn't you just say it yourself? We're friends. This is what friends are for, sweetie. Besides, you were always there for me back in kindergarten. Don't apologize, and don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'll be in touch again when I have more details. Oh, and I think it's best you don't mention any of this to your husband for the time being.
You're right. There's no sense in flipping my lid on him without knowing the full story. And even if I did know what was going on, there's not a whole lot I can do from a hospital bed. Worst case scenario, it backfires and he pulls a vanishing act with Bethany. I can't risk that. But still, thinking of my daughter being on her own right now. God, I feel so pathetic and useless.
If she's sad, you'll just have to make her feel better by bombarding her with hugs when you see her again. I promise you, we're going to get to the bottom of this. You'll be reunited before you know it. Everything's gonna be okay, sweetie. I want you to know you can always rely on me when you need help. That goes for the other moms, too. We got your back, sister.
Clarissa, I'm sorry.
I take it you heard from your lover?
Yes. The file with all the proof in arrived this morning.
Oh yeah? I bet you'll never forget the look on her face when she told you.
No, she didn't tell me in person. It's my day off work today.
I was considering just coming straight out with it and telling you myself. But I thought it'd be a bigger surprise if you heard it from your lover. Was I right? Were you speechless?
I'm so sorry. But babe, she was nothing more than a cheap fling. We've already agreed to go our separate ways. We'll never see each other outside of work after this. It's over. Sure, we work at the same company, so we'll almost definitely have to keep seeing each other at the office, but other than that, I swear, it's over, babe.
So what? I should forgive you? Is that where this is going?
If you can find it in your heart, I'd really appreciate it if you did. You and Bethany are the ones who really matter to me.
If Bethany is so important to you, why did you go home halfway through her sports day? You know how excited she was about you being there, especially since I couldn't make it. You showed up in the morning, recorded a few of the earlier races, probably so you could show me them later as proof you've been, like the snake you are. Then disappeared and went straight to your lover's kid's school sports day. What was it? Did you feel sorry for her because she's a single mother? In any case, they were obviously more important to you than your own daughter.
Please, baby. I didn't want to go. I swear. But she was blackmailing me. She threatened if I didn't go, she'd tell you about the affair.
What does that have to do with Bethany? As if what you were doing wasn't bad enough. I can't believe you had your lover. What was her name again? Emma? Make our daughter's lunchbox. It's almost like you're rubbing it in our faces. Have you no shame? You're twisted, making your own daughter eat that.
Let's be reasonable about this, shall we, babe? You know Emma has kids. You also know we were struggling to find someone to make one. And I thought she'd be able to come up with something cute, that's all. I thought Bethany would like it.
Even still, you're way out of line. Even if I knew your floozy was going to be the one making our daughter's lunchbox, I would have discharged myself from the hospital and made it myself.
I'm so sorry. Like, really, really sorry.
At least I finally know why you're coming home late from work all the time now. At least I finally know why you never ate dinner with me anymore now. Because as soon as you got off work, you were straight over at Emma's house, weren't you? Her son even calls you daddy, doesn't he? How dare you abandon our own daughter to go off and play happy families with someone else's kid? You're disgusting! Don't screw me around, you lying scumbag!
How do you...
How do I know? Oh, of course. I shouldn't know any of this, should I? I've been working hard for my hospital bed, gathering as much proof as I could to make sure what's coming goes as smoothly as possible. I also know about you trying to scare Bethany into keeping quiet about everything. You sicko. You told her not to tell me about you leaving sports day halfway through, or about how you were leaving her on her own at the house overnight. You told her that if she did, I'd get sick, and I'd have to go to the hospital again, didn't you? You cretinous lowlife! You grotesque abomination of a human being! Was my husband really this much of a lowlife all along? I can't believe it!
I had no choice. Believe me, I wanted to be with her at home all the time. I wanted to see her sports day through to the end.
But you chose your lover and your kid all the same.
She threatened me. I had no choice. What else was I supposed to do? I know I've behaved wrongly. I know I've made mistakes. But I was trying to protect my family in my own way.
So you're telling me you trusted some blackmailing psycho to make your daughter's lunchbox? If so, you're even more terrifying than her. Bethany ate that thing!
I'm sure she'd never do anything to hurt Bethany. Larissa, please. I know you're upset, and you're well within your rights to be. But I need you to think about this with a level head. Can you do that? I'll never betray you again. I'll never see Emma again outside of work. and I'll definitely never see her son again. That's a promise. A cast iron promise. I promise to love and cherish you forever and always. Let me make it up to you, baby.
My head is level, and my mind is made up. Divorce.
What? But what about Bethany? We have a daughter to think about.
Exactly. That's why we're getting a divorce. Let's face it. You were away from the house so much, you'd already pretty much stopped being a member of this family. Why would I stay married to a husband who clearly doesn't care about us? What's the big deal? You already found a new family, right? Me and Bethany, we're just holding you back.
I told you, babe, Emma was just a fling. She means nothing to me. It's not her I want. It's you. It was just casual. Nothing more than a bit of fun.
Maybe you really do feel that way. But to Emma, it's more, isn't it?
Well, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But I'm telling you the truth here. It's you I want. I can't lose you. Bethany's my daughter. I don't want to get divorced or remarried. I want you.
If that was true, you wouldn't have cheated on me with a single mother. You harp on about how it was nothing but a cheap fling, as if that somehow excuses you. But the bottom line here is that you got involved with another woman behind my back. Oh, and before you give me any bullcrap about how she came on to you, or about how you were drunk, or about how you weren't feeling your usual self, I don't want to hear it. You chose to be with her. Of your own free will.
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disappointment in myself. You deserve better. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I swear, I'll be a better husband and father from now on. I'll be the man you deserve. I can do this, baby. Just let me show you.
You were playing happy families with another woman and her kid behind my back for months, Samuel. I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth. Me and Bethany were sat at home. Just the two of us. Wondering why you were suddenly away from the house so often. You have no idea how much your daughter missed you. When I think about how you were with another woman and her kid, who just so happens to be the same frickin' age as Bethany the whole time, I get so mad I start having violent thoughts. Ugh! Deep breaths, Larissa. Deep breaths. You betrayed me, and you betrayed your daughter. Nothing will ever change that.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I haven't been myself lately. I never meant for it to carry on this long. But she made me meet her son all of a sudden, and then...
You can stop right there. Didn't I just tell you not to give me any crap about your not feeling yourself? I don't want to hear it. I think I'd prefer if you were just honest and admitted you kept seeing her because you wanted to, and it felt good. You'd still be a scumbag, but at least then you'd finally be an honest scumbag. But no, you don't even have the bare minimum of decency required to do that, do you? You sicken me. Anyway, the real question is, what does any of this have to do with me or Bethany?
Nothing. You're right. I'm sorry I screwed up. And that's all there is to it. I won't make any more excuses. I'm the world's biggest moron.
You finally understand then? Well, it's a little too late. I'm divorcing you for both mine and Bethany's sake. You're a stranger to us now. Why would your daughter want anything to do with you after you chose another woman's kid over her? After that, I hired a lawyer and divorced my husband. The proceedings were finalized without a hitch. Samuel cried, pleaded, and begged forgiveness until the last minute. But it was futile. Both his and my own parents had my back, which meant his desperate pleas fell on deaf ears. Apparently Emma, my ex-husband's lover, told him she wanted the two of them to get married after me. Wanted the two of them to get married after me and him divorced. But he was so heartbroken after losing his family that marrying her was the last thing on his mind. Far from agreeing to marry her, he broke up with her on the spot. Emma had all of her hopes for the future pinned on marrying Samuel once me and him divorced. But when he broke up with her, her hopes and dreams were dashed against the rocks in a soul-crushing instant, and she completely lost her mind. Like a woman possessed and on a crusade for vengeance, she told everyone at their company about the affair in a spiteful bid to destroy his reputation. With that, the higher-ups realized that the two of them couldn't continue to work together, and Samuel was transferred away out of state to a branch office in the countryside. But even that wasn't enough to quench Emma's thirst for revenge, and unperturbed by her boss's warnings, she actually went to the lengths of flying out of state with her son, showed up outside his new company-mandated apartment, and continued to harass him. Thinking I'd feel sympathetic towards the situation, my ex-husband sent me a slew of messages begging for my help. Obviously, I wasn't going to allow the two of them to drag me back into the gutter with them. As such, I made it crystal clear that he was to stop messaging me and fix his own problems. Once the divorce was finalized and everything had calmed down, me and Bethany moved into an apartment block near my mother-in-law's house. I'd found a new job by then, which meant I couldn't be around to watch Bethany all the time. But my mother-in-law was kind and thoughtful as ever. I volunteered to have her while I was away. On top of that, she broke off contact with her wayward son and rewrote her will so as to ensure he never got a cent of inheritance. Instead, everything would go into a savings account for Bethany. I feel a huge debt of gratitude to her, and I intended to do everything in my power to ensure she's always looked out for in return. She's been super supportive, and I'll always be there to support her too. My father-in-law is set to retire in a couple of years, and when he does, he's finally going to come back home from his work placement in Arizona. It's going to be great for Bethany to grow up with her grandparents so close by. She's already loving having her grandma around all the time, and they get on like a house on fire. She's spoiled rotten, but she deserves it because she's a star. We're also blessed to have the support of my friends, the other moms from Bethany's school, and my new coworkers. Everyone's been great. Thanks, guys. I was heartbroken when my husband betrayed me, and that whole period was by far the lowest I've ever felt in my life. But thankfully, the blow was softened by my amazing support network. I'll make sure I never take them for granted and always live with gratitude, repaying their love and kindness whenever I can. You gotta let your peeps know they're appreciated. This goes without saying, but my number one priority is Bethany, and it will always be. She's a special girl, and I'm gonna see to it that her childhood is filled with love, warmth, and care, so she can grow up into an amazing person I just know she's destined to become.